Hey everyone, welcome to Logan's Mosh Pit. Glad to have you here. Today we're going to do another episode of the Setlist Snubs series, the place where we pick a handful of songs from a particular band that don't get played live very much. However, I'm going to give you some reasons why I feel like these underrated songs actually deserve to get played live more often than they do. If there's a specific band you guys want me to talk about in a future episode of this series, please let me know in the comments section down below. I'll check your feedback. Today we're going to talk about some underrated songs from Black Sabbath. I actually don't have a Black Sabbath shirt. I had a Black Sabbath shirt. However, my Black Sabbath shirt was in really rough shape. In fact, its condition was so bad that we had to give it an electric funeral. So, this would be the next best thing. Aussie. Hope this is good enough. So, Black Sabbath is definitely belong on the Mount Rushmore of heavy metal bands. They've released some of the most dreadfully enticing tunes of their time and practically signaled the start of a brand new era in music. They helped usher in that heavier style of music. So, before we talk about their underrated songs, as we always do, let's talk about some reasons, just a quick review, about why certain songs get played live by a band and some songs don't. So the first reason is that casual fans mainly converge on a few biggest hits by the band, and they don't dig deeper. They just settle for the most popular songs by a band. They're only concerned about the most popular songs, the songs that get played live on the radio all the time. In Black Sabbath's case, some of their most popular songs include Iron Man, Paranoid, War Pigs, NIB, Sweet Leaf, etc. Those are songs that every Black Sabbath fan, whether casual or hardcore, know by heart. So the next reason is that there is a lot of pressure that exists among both fans and even within the band members themselves to play their most beloved songs live at concerts because they want to please the fans. If they please the fans, if the fans walk away from the concert and had a good time, they enjoyed the music they heard, then chances are they're probably going to come back to another show later on in the tour. So that's part of it too. The next reason is that some albums sell poorly compared to others in the discography. In Black Sabbath's case, this would be Dehumanizer, or Forbidden, or Seventh Star. Those are the albums that face a much lower chance of hearing songs off those albums played at a concert. Because the majority of the fans at the show will either feel confused or irritated when they hear songs that they don't recognize. So, the next reason is that on some occasions, the band feels hatred toward a particular song in their catalog, so they intentionally choose not to play that show outside of the studio. So the fifth and final reason why some songs get played live and some don't is that the amount of casual fans simply outnumbers the amount of hardcore fans when it comes to pretty much every band out there, including Black Sabbath. So the voice of the casual fans carries more weight to the band. The band will probably listen to what the casual fans want above the hardcore fans. So now that we've covered all the reasons why some songs get performed live and some don't, let's move on to some stats about Black Sabbath. I collected these stats off an awesome website called Setlist.fm, which if you haven't heard of, I highly recommend you check it out. All you have to do is go to Google, then type in the name of the band that you're looking for information about, then add tour statistics right after the name of the band, then click on the very first result. It'll take you to a list of songs that the band has done live. It will tell you exactly how many times those songs have been played live, going in descending order from the most popular to the least popular. contains all the covers they've done. The website also has some stats about their albums, their touring, pretty much everything you can think of. So a great resource. I'll leave a link in the description to setlist.fm if you're interested. So on setlist.fm, it said that the most played Sabbath song was Paranoid. Paranoid has been performed by Black Sabbath 1,087 times since they formed. So basically, that means if you listen to Paranoid 1,087 times in a row, non-stop, without any breaks, it would take you just a little bit more than 2 days to finish that task. So hopefully that kind of puts the number in perspective, makes more sense to you. So now let's get to the underrated Black Sabbath songs that I chose. There are 5 of them. Before we do that, I just want to get this disclaimer out there real quick. I prefer the period of time where Ozzy Osbourne was the lead singer of the band. I know Black Sabbath went through several different singers during their run. However, I prefer Ozzy the most, the classic 70s era Black Sabbath. So most of the songs that I chose will be from that era. I don't have anything against the other singers, Dio or any of the others. I still like them, just not as much as Ozzy. Duh. So I tried to pick a variety of songs. I wanted to give every album a chance. I didn't want to pull all the same songs. I didn't want to pull all the songs off the same album. That wouldn't be fair, so I tried to pick a song off each album. So let's get to my underrated songs. By the way, I'll also put a link in the description down below to all the songs we're going to discuss. If you want to listen to them, instead of hearing me describe them, you might actually want to go there and see what they sound like for yourself. So the first song that we're going to talk about is Hand of Doom. Hand of Doom was on the Paranoid album, so early Black Sabbath stuff. This song has been played live 101 times, which is just 9% versus the top song, Paranoid. The songs after this were played even less. So Hand of Doom, I was a little shocked to discover that this track wasn't higher on the list on setlist.fm. I expected it to be a little higher. Anyway, it sticks to the ominous Sabbath style that we all know and love. Tony Iommi lives up to his magnificent reputation. One of the all-time greats. He adds some crunchy riffs to this track. Ozzy, of course, delivers some intoxicating, drawn-out vocals here. You can almost sense the danger lurking beneath the surface of this song, so Hand of Doom is a must-listen, and definitely deserves a chance to get played live, along with the others on this list. So moving on to the next track, Master of Insanity, the only non-Ozzy track on here that I'm going to mention. This song comes off the Dehumanizer album, which was released later in Black Sabbath's career. This song has been performed even less live, 53 times. So about half as much as Hand of Doom. As I said, this was later on in Black Sabbath's career when Ronnie James Dio was part of the band. He fills the role of lead vocalist. Does a pretty spectacular job here. His voice carries this sinister quality to it, which is very important when you have song topics like Black Sabbath was interested in. You almost require that quality with your singer. So as Sabbath evolved, the lyrics became even more blood-curdling. You can definitely hear the difference between their earlier albums and their later albums, lyric-wise. The lyrics take on a more menacing tone. So this is one of those songs that will absolutely keep you up at night. You won't be able to sleep after you listen to this song. It really digs into your brain. So you got to give props to the instrumentals as well. Dio wasn't the star of the show. The instrumentals were just as outstanding. So it seemed like the instrumental parts, the guitar and the drums, sort of almost beckoned you forward toward this mysterious horror waiting in front of you. You don't know what it is, but you know it's going to be something dangerous. Something that you have to fight for your life for. So, of course, Dio departed the band shortly after this and was replaced. So, kind of a tragic moment there. So that's Master of Insanity. So the next 3 tracks on my list have not been performed live at all. None. Zip, zilch, nada. Not even once. So the first one we're going to talk about is The Writ. The Writ was off the Sabotage album, so going back to the 70s Black Sabbath, like I mentioned earlier, this song hasn't been played live any in Black Sabbath's history. So, one of their more lengthy songs. Some fans might welcome that and others might be bothered by it. I personally don't mind it. So, you get some solid sound effects at the beginning that really set the stage. I feel like this works so brilliantly with the formula that Black Sabbath set up. The sound effects kind of get you prepared for what's to come as the song progresses. Gives you an idea what you can expect to see later in the song. Kind of a trailer or preview, if you want to call it that. So, good job there. So, this enhanced the message that Black Sabbath wanted to send out with this song. The sound effects. Ozzy cranked up his voice to an 11 with this song. He really cut loose. He amplified his voice, brought it up to an extremely high level. So much aggression and pent-up emotion layered within his vocals. There were a few pauses also scattered throughout the song, which kind of builds up the anticipation. Just when you feel like it's over, then the song comes roaring back onto the scene. So, playing some mind games there. Ozzy's in command here. It just feels like when you listen to the song, the instrumental parts just sort of fade away into the background. You mainly focus on Ozzy's voice. So, overall, this track, if I could describe it in one word, I would just choose superb. Excellent, excellent song. So the next song is Air Dance. Air Dance comes off the Never Say Die album. Unfortunately, Black Sabbath ensured this song was dead and buried when it came to live performances because they never played the song live. Not even once. So Air Dance basically died. So this song comes across as more mellow compared to other Black Sabbath tracks. Kind of laid back, but considering that Black Sabbath took things in a new direction here, they veered off course. Their songs are usually pounding type of vibes. However, this song took a 360-degree turn. You might be caught off guard by this song. You might wonder if Black Sabbath can handle both sides of the equation. They did. They pulled it off. So the piano was a rare treat here. You don't hear that hardly at all when it comes to Black Sabbath. So a welcome addition. Another rockin' riff. This song, unlike most Black Sabbath songs, you can actually close your eyes and let this song wash over you, which is a contrast compared to other Black Sabbath songs that you might hold dear. A lot of Black Sabbath songs give you chills, they make you uncomfortable. This song is just the opposite. It makes you feel content, easygoing. So the last song that we're going to talk about is Laguna Sunrise. Laguna Sunrise comes off the Volume 4 album. Once again, Laguna Sauce has been played live at concerts. 0 times. So Laguna Sunrise was actually a pretty unique track. It was an instrumental. There were no vocals at all on this song, just guitar. Pretty bare bones track. Yet some songs actually defy words. I don't hold a grudge against instrumental songs. I think it takes a talented band to pull off a good instrumental song. Black Sabbath was certainly a worthy candidate to do that. I think you gotta channel a lot into the instruments to make the instrumental work. So you don't have the vocals to support the message. You basically gotta try to channel all the emotion and put it into a single instrument. Black Sabbath pulled it off here. They stole the show again. Sometimes it will be unnecessary for a song to have lyrics. A great song doesn't always need lyrics. Sometimes you can get by with purely instrumentals. Sometimes you might even feel a deeper connection with the song because you can just focus on the music instead of getting all wrapped up in the lyrics, trying to figure out what makes the song tick. So instrumentals provide a more simplistic atmosphere, easier to digest. So less can be more sometimes. I think this song certainly fits that definition. So the mood of this song would be relaxing with traces of sadness woven into the guitar. So I definitely wouldn't hesitate to recommend this song to any Black Sabbath fans. I wouldn't have any problem returning to this song, Laguna Sunrise. It was one of my favorite Sabbath tracks. So that takes us to the end of the list. So that's all I have for you guys. So that does it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Until then, rock on.